Hi guys, welcome in if you are a first time viewer. Welcome back if you are a returning viewer. Thank you for your likes, your comments, your subscribes, and to those of you who have booked a personal reading with me. Please keep in mind that these are general messages, so do not take them personally. Take the messages that resonate and leave the rest behind. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can find the information in the description box below. So let's get into this message. What message do you have for the collective at this time? Help me to articulate a clear and concise message in order for it to be received in the way that you want it to best be received. Help me to see what it is I need to see to get the message across as clear as possible. And help me to deliver any messages that you deem worthy in order to serve your highest good, for the highest good of humanity with harm to none. What messages do you have for the collective at this time? It feels like you're building your confidence surrounding something at this time. Maybe surrounding your purpose or what it feels like you should be. Look, happiness. Yeah, it's like your confidence is strengthening at this time surrounding your purpose or whatever it is that you feel like you should be pursuing at this time, right? This could be something that you feel very passionate about. This can be an aspect within your career. This can be a connection that you are investing in. This can be a lifestyle that you're moving towards. This can be a big move that you're making, whether that is a big move in towards some sort of gesture in a specific area of your life or a move to a new place where you're finding a new home to resonate within, right? But there's definitely a sense of your confidence is strengthening, right? You're feeling more firm within your faith as you're moving towards a specific direction in something. Whereas in the past, you may have felt a little bit of doubt regarding moving towards the situation because you weren't sure about the real intention within this aspect of change coming in for you, right? It could have been that maybe something from your past was kind of holding you back or causing a sense of hesitance or resistance within moving towards this new aspect. But it's almost as if now you found a sense of peace within moving towards this, right? Because you've received confirmation, you've received clarity, right? You've received a sense of intention as to why you're supposed to move towards this, as to the purpose that it's meant to fulfill, as in what it has the ability to create, right? There's definitely a sense of clarity. I'm feeling a strong sense of clarity where you may have had questions that were kind of contributing to your hesitation. But every time you've had that question, it's almost as if you received clarity almost immediately, that kind of brought this sense of peace or this sense of calm over you, that provided you a sense of safety or security within moving towards this, right? So now you don't have a reason to feel fearful moving towards this, because you have that sense of safety, you have that sense of security within whatever this change is, right? Because there is a transformation happening that's been coming up in the energy since August. Right? There's a shift happening. There's a portal opening. There's a door opening. There is a change that is coming, or an opportunity for change. Whether you walk through that door is up to your personal decision, up to your personal choice. But there's an opportunity for change that is coming, that has the capability to, it almost feels like there's a strong sense of peace that's coming over me right now, right? It feels like a very strong sense of joy. It just feels like serendipitous, where things are just falling into place, right? The puzzle pieces just automatically fit. It doesn't matter which piece you pick up, when you put it down, it fits perfectly in the right spot. It almost feels as if you're always in the right place at the right time, right? It almost feels as if things are just happening. It's like divine order of your steps. There's a divine order to your steps that's occurring at this time, that's kind of helping again to strengthen your confidence. It's strengthening your confidence and giving you the faith to kind of move forward towards this transformation, right? Because again, you had that sense of hesitation when it came to moving forward. But now that it feels like you've received that sense of clarity, now it almost feels like you have this confidence when it comes to walking blindly into this next phase, right? Because even though you don't know what to expect, you're not exactly walking blindly, because you have that sense of safety and that sense of security. There's that reassurance that is comforting you in letting you know that this next phase is a safe space. It's a secure space. So even though you have no idea of what to expect, you do have that comfort, that blanket of comfort and that blanket of security that will, that again is reassuring you that this next phase is for your growth, for your security, for your highest good, right? And so that is what is helping to kind of cultivate what it is that you're getting ready to create within this next phase, right? So let's pull some tarot. There's also a sense of you have a confidence that you've kind of strengthened your faith in a sense, right? You have a stronger connection to God, to the Most High, right? Because of the way that you communicate, because of the way that He answers your prayers, He answers your, He provides clarity, right? Whenever you feel a sense of discomfort, whenever you feel a sense of confusion, and you kind of reach out for that helping hand, it's there immediately. So that, in a sense, also is what is kind of firming your faith within what it is that you believe in, right? Within helping to, again, order your steps on this next path and where you're going, right? Maybe you felt as if taking this big move, maybe you felt as if you weren't prepared. But again, every time you ask a question, He kind of reaffirmed you that you are moving in the correct direction, right? And that you don't have to worry about bringing your past into this new future, because again, I've been saying it so many times within the past few readings, and I'm going to say it again. This new phase is nothing like you have ever experienced. So you cannot compare it to anything that you have already went through. There's nothing to compare it to, because it is going to be a completely new experience. And that's kind of like the joy within this new phase, right? That's something to look forward to, because there's so much more to discover in this new phase, right? There's so much more to learn. There's so much more room for growth, for room for expansion, room for you to kind of expand your wings a little bit. New territory to discover, new adventures to experience, new lands to experience, right? New levels of spontaneity to express, new emotions to feel, right? New perspectives to experience, new insights to gain, new senses of enlightenment to gain the depths of, right? New connections to form. There's so much newness, right, in this new phase, in this new level, that again, you can feel safe letting go of what it is that you have come from, what it is that you're letting go of, because this new phase it's safe, it's secure, it's for your highest good, it's not meant to harm you. Clarify pride. Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings, new opportunities, new experiences, new resources, right? New connections. The Six of Wands, leadership. The Five of Wands. Yeah. It could be that you were kind of battling being in the forefront of something. Maybe you didn't want to be known for something. You didn't want to be acknowledged for something. You didn't want a name or a title attached to your persona. And maybe that, in a sense, was also causing confusion or hesitation or resistance or a little bit of challenge within yourself. Maybe there was a sense of self-doubt within yourself, right? A lack of self-confidence within your ability to lead within a sense, right? To lead within a new opportunity, to step into a position and fulfill the justice that you are meant to fulfill within this role, right? Maybe there was a little bit of a lack of faith within yourself, within your ability to kind of, again, fulfill this role. It also could be that maybe there were people around you that were kind of trying to cause chaos and confusion around you stepping into this role and fulfilling this opportunity, right? People trying to place doubt within you, right? People trying to discourage you, right? Maybe people fighting over you because they knew that you would be the right person to fulfill this role. And so there were people around you that were trying to hold you back from stepping into this new experience, this new opportunity, right? Maybe they were trying to kind of hurt your ego in a sense. Again, to hold you back from stepping into seeing what it is that you have the ability to fulfill, right? Stepping into your purpose, your calling with the Star card. And look, the sun right underneath the star, because you know who you are. You know what it is that you're meant to fulfill, right? You know the position that you're meant to play. You know the desires of your heart, and you know the talents, gifts, and abilities that you have that will help you to reach those levels, right? But there, again, could have been people around you that were not ready to see you step into that opportunity because maybe they felt like, or maybe they knew that they wouldn't be able to come with you on this journey, and they felt as if that would cause them to lose you, right? Because they didn't have what it takes to fulfill the role that you were stepping into, right? Everybody can't come with you to every single season. Sometimes you have to leave people where they are, right? Once they serve their purpose within that season, that doesn't mean that that doesn't always mean that you have to disconnect from them completely, although most times that is the case. But even within holding back even just a little bit, there is still that, like, now there's a strain on our connection because you're not as available to me as you once were. And that, in a sense, can cause them grief, right? Because they feel like they're losing somebody who was once so open and accessible to them, right? Even if this is not just like a person, maybe it's an addiction, maybe it's habits, maybe it's you fighting yourself on certain things. Maybe you felt as if maybe you didn't want to take on the responsibility of stepping into this role, even though you knew that you had what it takes to fulfill this role. Maybe you felt as if you weren't ready because you weren't fully, or you didn't feel as if you were fully in a place to kind of take on this role and responsibility, right? Maybe you felt as if you had too many burdens. Or maybe you just wanted to continue to exist within that level of freedom because you felt as if stepping into this new role would kind of restrict that freedom in a sense, right? It's going to resonate for each of you differently, so take it how it resonates. But again, there's definitely a new opportunity that you are meant to fulfill, right? It's almost as if the Six of Wands speaks to leadership. It speaks to someone who is in the forefront, someone who leads the pack, someone who is an influencer, someone who has the ability to kind of inspire others around them based on their passion and their desire and their motivation and their drive, right? You light the fire within others based on the fire that you carry, right? Your torch feeds other people. Your torch is the guiding light towards the destination within the path of people who are looking to move into that same direction. I hope that makes sense. Because you have a sense of knowledge, you have a sense of enlightenment, you have a sense of awareness, right? You have a way of seeing things that most people don't have the ability to kind of gain that sense of perspective on their own because they don't necessarily have the right tools to put themselves in that position to see things from a different perspective, right? All right, clarify judgment. You got the Six of Pentacles. And Ellie, that's enough. Temperance. With the Seven of Cups. Yeah. You were trying to feed. There was a point in time where you were trying to feed too many things at one time, right? Things that didn't necessarily have the ability to feed you or pour into you the same way that you're pouring into them. Whatever those are, right? This could have been situations, experiences, environments, right? People, habits, addictions, circumstances, right? It's going to resonate for each of you differently. But it's almost as if you're finding balance within what it is that you're giving to, right? You've kind of realized your purpose within this new aspect, within this new reality, right? You realize your power within your ability to kind of alchemize certain things, certain aspects, certain transitions, certain environments. It's almost as if when you walk into a room, your presence alone shifts the whole frequency of the space that you have entered. You are now more aware of what it is that you have the ability to provide, right? You're more aware of all of the spaces that are available to you, of all of the opportunities that are available to you, right? Things are becoming more clear within what it is that you should be pouring into and what it is that you should no longer be giving to, right? You're more aware of the balance and the power that your frequency holds, the power that your existence, right? Your knowledge, your awareness, right? Your space, your companionship, your friendship, right? Just by being, people benefit just by being around you, being in your energy, being in your frequency. And that alone has given you like a deeper sense of awareness of what it is and how much more intentional you have to be within what it is that you choose to give to, right? In order to maintain a sense of peace, in order to maintain a sense of clarity, right? In order to maintain a safe space, not only within your mind, your body, and your spirit, but within your energy field as a whole in general, right? Within your own aura field. Because if you have the ability to again, and this, the way that you have the ability to kind of shift this frequency also is like a superpower. It's a gift to other people. How you give is a gift to others. They look to you as a resource to fill them up, right? And part of your purpose is transformation. Part of your purpose is to alchemize certain things, but you have to be more intentional with how you change the transformations that which people you're causing transformations within, how you're bringing those transformations about, when those transformations are occurring, not only within your life but within theirs as well, right? Because sometimes people are not able to receive what it is that you have to give, and so you have to know when it's time to move forward, right? You have to know when your job is done and when it's time to move forward, right? When it's time to cut the water source. But again, there's definitely a sense of clarity that you gain within how to use this gift, how to use this superpower, how to use this purpose with intention, right? Clarify regret. The Fool and the Hierophant with the Five of Cups. Yeah. It's almost as if now you have the strength to kind of commit to this change, to commit to this discipline, right? Maybe before you felt as if you were just kind of, again, walking blindly with no purpose, right? And you felt as if maybe in the past that caused you a lot of heartbreak, a lot of turmoil, right? It caused you to lose more than what it is that you felt that you had to offer at the time. But now you're in this space where, because you have the knowing of how and when to give, right? Because you're aware of what it is that you have to give and the superpower that comes with that, now you're more confident within committing to this new journey, right? Committing to this new risk, this new investment, right? You're ready to take the leap of faith because you have received the necessary guidance. You've received the necessary strength that it's time to cut ties somewhere else. It's time to let go of something somewhere else, right? It's time to release emotional connections that are no longer fulfilling to you, right? That are no longer beneficial to you, right? You're just giving to them because you know that you have the ability to fulfill it, even if it doesn't have the ability to fulfill you. But now that you're aware that you deserve to be fulfilled within that same way, you're more confident within taking this investment. You're more confident within taking this risk because before you may not have been aware that there was even an equal opportunity to receive what it is that you have to offer. And again, now you've received that sense of clarity, that sense of knowing, right? That sense of confidence that there is something, an opportunity, someone, a space, an adventure, right? A big move, a passion. There is a sense of fulfillment that has the ability to match what it is that you have to offer. And because, again, you have received that clarity, you've received that confirmation, you're more confident within investing into this new space. You're not as fearful. You're not as hesitant because you are aware that whatever this new direction you're being led to will fulfill the purpose that it's meant to create within your life, or that you're meant to create within your life, right? There's a commitment. But there's also a level of discipline that comes with this risk. Because it might require a higher level of engagement. Meaning you might have to be more active within how you give and how you receive within this new investment. So again, if it's a position, maybe you have to be more in the forefront within how you show up, right? If it's a new move, maybe you have to be more engaged within how you, again, show up in the community, because now you're starting over. You're no longer in a familiar space, so now you're going to have to be more active and engaging within rebuilding your life, or not even rebuilding, but restructuring your life, restructuring your connections, restructuring your sense of community, right? Again, there's going to be a different level of commitment and discipline that comes with this investment. There's going to be more required of you. So let's pull 4 cards. 1 card for what we can learn as a major lesson. 1 card for the opportunities we can create surrounding this message. 1 card for what we can meditate on as the focus of this message. And 1 card for the new cycles and habits we can innovate to contribute to our growth and expansion surrounding this message. 1 card for what we can learn. Truth. How to be honest with yourself about what it is that you truly desire, about what it is that's going to truly be required of you within this next phase, right? And how you're going to have to move, right? What changes are you going to have to make within this new phase, right? What shifts? How are you going to have to mature, right? How is your perspective going to have to change? How is your level of openness and vulnerability going to have to change, right? How is your level of truth within yourself and how you show up and who you are going to have to change, right? How are you going to have to expand mentally, emotionally, physically, socially, financially, peacefully, right? Successfully. You're going to have to expand within all forms of currencies. And so it's almost like, again, you're going to have to like take a look at yourself. She's looking at the reflection, right? There's a level of self-reflection that's going to be required of you, and how you're going to have to be honest within, again, what is going to be required of you within this new level of commitment, within this new level of discipline, within this new investment, right? How are you going to have to show up? How are you going to have to give to this new phase? Right? Because it's a new level, because it's a sense of growth and expansion, there's going to be a level of growth and expansion required within you, within your perspective, within your circumstances, within your environment, within your habits, right? However it resonates for you. 1 card for the opportunities we can create. Self-sabotage with joy. Creating a sense of security, right? Creating a sense of truth, right? Removing that mask. It's letting go of that mask and being more vulnerable to what it is that you are giving to, how you're nourishing yourself, how you're feeding yourself, how you're feeding your mind, your body, your spirit, your heart, your soul, right? Your environment, your career, your passions, right? How are you feeding yourself? And how is that contributing to what it is that you're building, what it is that you're creating. How are you firming the foundations of what it is that you're trying to build upon? Create opportunities of firm faith. Create opportunities of truth within yourself. Create opportunities of vulnerability so that you're able to be honest with yourself in moments of self-reflection that may require a level of self-improvement. One card for what we can meditate on as the focus of this message. I gotta close this out because I gotta go. Mass. That's literally what I just said. Harvest. Again, meditating on how you're going to have to show up, right? Meditating on the truth of who you are and not who you're performing to be, right? There is no performance in this next phase. It's true authenticity. It's true vulnerability. It's true existence, right? You can't be an apple showing up as an orange or a pear. You're gonna have to be that apple, because there is no space for any error. There is no room for anything other than what it is that you are. Come as you are. Show up as who you are, so that you can invest in the most pure and authentic way possible, right? Again, that level of vulnerability, that level of openness. You can't lead other people on the path to truth and success if you yourself are not living within truth and success, right? One card for what we can innovate surrounding our habits and cycles. Liberation within intuition. Again, creating that safe space for you to be free within who you are, living in your truth, letting your intuition show you the right path, and using that judgment and discernment to, again, because you're showing up as a Six of Wands, that leadership role, the one who's influencing and inspiring others. So in order to do that, you have to show up as authentically as possible, right? Freeing yourself from the expectations of others, but setting expectations for yourself, setting boundaries for yourself, right? Setting new goals, new levels, right? For yourself. Because there are people who are watching you exist within this freedom. People who are also trying to reach this level of freedom. And so as the leader, as the inspirer, as the motivator, right? As the influencer, as the person who they look up to, it's up to you to kind of set that standard of accountability, of self-reliability. For you to be able to accept the hard things and the hard truths about yourself, so that you're able to expand and grow within those areas and not hiding them as if they don't exist, right? Because there's no room for growth if you pretend that there are no areas that are needed to grow within, right? But that is the message that I have for you guys. I hope that it resonated. I know that if you made it to the end of this video, you have found something in it that is worthy and valuable to you. Please don't forget to hit that like button if you found you resonated with this message. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Bye.